Hey everybody, it's Richard from Dicking About, and today is dig day. If you ride a mountain bike at a trail centre, somebody has created that trail. So I've been looking at these dig days and I've been putting it off. I've just not been involved. I've gone and enjoyed the benefits and I've put none of the effort in. I've not made an effort. So today that's going to change. I'm going to make an effort. I've just moved to a place called the Forest of Dean. Some fantastic trails. The trails are maintained solely by volunteers, and today I'm going to be one of those volunteers. I'm going to join one of their dig days. So it is about 9 AM, it's Wednesday morning. Let's go and see what it's all about and what happens on a dig day. Right, here we go. I'm one of the gang. We've had a briefing, we've got our wheelbarrows full of tools and high-vis jackets, of course, and working our way up to the trail we're going to work on. The guys have just disappeared up here. So what is this? I won't tell anyone where it is. What is this going to be?
This is going to be the final descent of an extended red route.
Look at it now. These guys have disappeared up here. This is the work these guys do. Clearing this, and at some point this will be a magnificent trail. Look at them climbing up there.
The trail itself, the hard pack that is useful to use,
yep,
is actually right there.
Okay.
That's it. That's all the track you've got. So what we need to do is...
So the trail's actually that wide, not the whole way. And if this is all just loose, that isn't proper trail.
No, it's been bench cut and scraped. So if you scrape, as soon as you start to see this orange and you've got the topsoil off, the idea is to find that decent material and then you bench cut again and drag that out.
Okay.
So it's all good material over the entire width. Yeah, if somebody comes through here at speed and doesn't think they can make that turn, they'll go straight through here thinking that's nice firm track. In fact,
it's just loose.
They'll sink straight into topsoil.
Especially if it's been water running off the... Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That's...
So yeah, it'll be shaping that, getting the decent material in, putting a slight camber on it so the water comes down the bank, runs straight over the trail and straight off, doesn't hang.
Fantastic. Again, I ride these I wouldn't have thought about the logic of that. It makes perfect sense and it makes it more sustainable. The amount of people coming over it and they're riding hard pack rather than destroying the side.
That's it. And yeah, you finish a morning or a day's trail building and then you test ride it to find out whether anything's in the way, because the smoother and easier you make it to ride,
yep,
the quicker you're getting on the test rides, which means you find you're leaning, so every now and again tree might have to go. That one's fine. I've ridden down here, started to lean into that one, it's far enough away, but there's been occasions
okay
where you find you want to lean over further, but there's a tree.
I mean, that one behind you with the actually, depending on how well you've taken that previous corner, it could be an issue.
So anybody coming on digs, what we'll do is when we get closer to the end, where we've got all the shape that we want, so you've got basically the, not with the blueprint, but you know, the trail is in and rideable.
Yep.
We'll remind everybody that's come digging to actually meet us up here and we all ride it and give some feedback, and then we return and do the tweaks.
Fantastic.
Because obviously we've got people that are 6'4", 29-inch wheels,
yeah,
cell frames.
And their riding experience on a trail will be very different to anyone else. Yeah.
I want them to stand on the pedals and tell me if there's any branches. So then we come do the lopping. So the experience for anybody, no matter what bike, what height, whatever, is good. You don't go, oh, they haven't thought of us tall people, have they?
No. Actually, this is an area where water's going to come off, you might get a pedal strike. So actually, thinking about it in such detail as where might your pedal clip? And Alan spotted that and is now sort of clearing this. And he wouldn't even, this is miles and miles of these trails, you wouldn't even think that someone's given the level of thought they have to your riding experience. And it's absolutely fantastic. I bet 999 people out of 1,000 will ride this trail and think, isn't it nice, a natural trail that is completely untouched by a human hand? And Alan and his team have spent hours and hours and days making it look natural. What's important about this section, huh?
Flattened sections like this can quite often turn out to have been charcoal hearths, where they used to actually burn the timber and create charcoal.
Okay.
You've got a lot of soft material. We avoid them where possible, but there are lots, so you know it's not always possible.
And we avoid them because the material underneath isn't good enough to be, isn't suitable for purpose.
When it's rained on, it goes like soot because it's the ash
Okay.
burning. So they take all the heavy charcoal was taken away, but obviously there's lots of material that just turn basically to ash, which means that when it rains, it will turn to slush. So we will need to dig a trail width trench through here and actually put some borrow pit material into it, so you're riding on sandstone. Otherwise you'll be riding in
I mean, that's off the trail, but we recognise that that's made of that material, which means we have to take some measures to, when it rains, get it out of the way and not let it contaminate the trail.
And we need to put a better material in here to make it durable, otherwise you'll be riding through slush, and it will need maintaining because it's soft and wears quickly.
Fantastic. So what have we come to now?
Right, this is a berm that had to basically go into a drop, which means it was going to catch the water. And the only thing you can do about that is we've dug an internal sump, so the water will then run off the berm into the sump, run underneath the trail, and reduce maintenance, because it won't just, it won't puddle up, soften the entire feature and wear out in no time at all.
And the extra work that went into this is a massive long-term benefit, as in that now is not going to cause problems because you put in this substantial fix, as it were.
All we've got to do is make sure the drain's kept clear. That's it. There should be no further. That'll last. I mean, we've actually put forest stone in that, and there is a reinforced drain pipe that we bought with donated funding.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, that runs underneath the trail.
Wonderful. So hang on, Rocky, are there really any wild boar here?
Yes, there's quite a few, yeah.
Go on, mate, come on, tell me. Have you seen one?
Yes, I saw going up the push-up, which is just 40 yards past you. We heard this grunting, and
it wasn't one of the other boys grunting, no?
No. It was there was 3 little females come running out, and the next thing, this big grunt, and it was a massive wild.
How big? Come on,
It was huge. And he stood about.
How big?
How big?
he was.
He was big. Well,
So
Ed was there with us. And
so what, sort of bigger than a German Shepherd? That sort of, taller than that? Yeah, okay.
He was a big power. He grunted, and he stood there, watched us, and he wouldn't move. And all of a sudden, he grunted, and he shot off back into the woods. But the biggest one I've seen up here.
Mate, I would have turned tail. Absolutely fantastic.
I got ready to, yeah.
Do I need to get these bits of grass out? Have I missed those? So I need to sort of make sure I'm doing it right, mate. So I've scraped what I think is the loose stuff out of the way.
So you've done right there. The orange is right here. So you think bars, so riding line about there.
Okay, yeah.
So scraping across, making sure the edges are orange. Decide how wide you're going. That's about riding line, same distance either side. And then just, it's quite useful often to actually think about the outside edge and scrape that first.
What Alan was explaining, and I found quite empowering, was actually we were making the decisions about which ways the trail went, how wide the trail was, which features we took out or left in. And one of the key things he was saying was just about imagining you're the rider. How would it look how would you want it to be as you approached?
So you have to think, as the rider, what would I be doing next?
Yeah, you obviously be aware of that stump. So your riding line's going to be about there to keep you close.
Yep.
So you don't need to come out any wider than that for the track, but then that's very loose. So as you scrape through, you can see the orange is there. So when you're hitting this bit, we may be in danger of finding a dip, but we can always do a borrow pit and fill it. We'll have to see. You don't really want to come into this section off camber, so we've got to decide whereabouts. So
because actually that's a hell of a corner, isn't it?
Yeah, once we shape that, you're probably looking at, starting to flatten it out. But that's good, because the orange is kind of where it flattens out anyway. You want the 5 degree on it if you can.
Yep.
But yeah, that's going to be much better.
In an effort to prove my worth to Alan, I decided to play music in my head and work 15 times faster than normal. Look at me go. I've taken the hat off. I mean business. I'm seriously committed to this.
This is what no one realises. Really tough corner. What's this stuff made out of, Alan? This is the trouble. This is the stuff that's loose,
This is the charcoal hearths.
which is a nightmare to dig round and keep solid for a corner. So strategically, you then can put 2 steps here that slows the rider up, so it becomes a technical feature which naturally slows them, which means the corner, the turn can be flat. So it's actually like course management.
Yeah.
to actually determine how a rider will ride this corner.
Yep.
To make it possible with the resources we've got. Bloody clever. Okay, so that's it, my first ever dig day. 3 and a bit hours. A lot of fun, and it's amazing in this forest. I've shown you a little bit, but they haven't done the opening, obviously, so there's no way to suggest that there's going to be a trail here. But just today, 6 of us, I played my very small part. Let's have a look. Look at this trail. This is all hand dug. This is these guys. We sort of, up to here was already done, these first sort of 40 feet. But let's have a look at all of this is newly dug today. I've got to grab this because that's my responsibility.
I'll do this as a little voiceover to save you the sound of the rattling wheelbarrow, but this was it. I think we accomplished a huge amount, but it does show just how much effort and work these guys put in. Why when they come back down into the trail centre, there aren't mountain bikers, you know, forming a guard of honour like they do for Premiership footballers and applauding them as they walk past, because they bloody well should be. It's a huge dedication, it's a huge amount of effort, and a great bunch of guys. And do you know what, as we make our way down, please get involved in a dig day. If you ride a trail that's maintained by volunteers, someone is putting in a huge amount of effort for you to be able to enjoy that. So even if you just go along to one, make an effort, get involved, become part of your local trail system. And actually, it's going to be kind of cool because I worked on that corner, so when this trail's open, I'm going to be able to ride it and think, I actually helped design that and I helped to build it. Go and find a dig day. It's a lot of fun. Get involved.